Jason Van Dyke killed Laquan McDonald. Shot him 16 times, 8 of those in the back, on a warm autumn evening south side of Chicago, where John Burge's disciples bring disgrace to their badges, and disgracing the law they're supposed to uphold by assaulting and killing those who share the same color as Black Haitian founder of the city they live in, because they were certain they could always flee justice. And you who philosophize disgrace and criticize all fears, take the rag away from your face. Now's not the time for your tears. Jason Van Dyke was a racist policeman who insulted and battered black men he pulled over, and had almost 24 complaints filed against him, with the city awarding much money to a victim Van Dyke had pummeled once before at a traffic stop, yet he never was fired or even suspended, for hate mongers with badges have absolute power, and the righteous police are too few and too silent. And you who philosophize disgrace and criticize all fears, take the rag away from your face. Now's not the time for your tears. Laquan McDonald was a bright high school student. He was 17 years old, with his whole life ahead him, but that life was extinguished that sad fateful evening when he broke into cars with a drug in his system that made him abandon his clean reputation, and he didn't surrender when police drew their pistols, but he didn't attack or make threatening gestures. He was walking away when Van Dyke started shooting. And you who philosophize disgrace and criticize all fears, take the rag away from your face. Now's not the time for your tears. The Chicago police said the shooting was legal, for McDonald was armed with a blade that was folded. But then why did you hide evidence from the people? And why did you try to cover your footsteps? And why do you swear by police code of silence when a few bad policemen cast a cloud over good ones? And how can 16 bullets ever be self-defense when McDonald was walking away with no handgun? And you who philosophize disgrace and criticize all fears, take the rag away from your face. Now's not the time for your tears. Jason Van Dyke was arrested for murder. 3 detectives were charged with obstruction of justice after angry Chicagoans shouted for justice, which was hard to obtain for the blacks and Latinos in a city where cops would protect one another, even those that they knew would defame the profession. And the good cops were frightened to defend their uprightness, for they knew of the penalties forced upon traitors. And you who philosophize disgrace and criticize all fears, take the rag away from your face. Now's not the time for your tears. Van Dyke was convicted of second-degree murder, And his wife and his daughter, they pleaded for mercy, and they said that they needed their husband and father, and he was a good man in spite of his hatred. And Chris Southward, the head of the state police union, insulted the jury with spit and with swearing, and called the conviction a political blunder, because shooting a kid 16 times isn't evil. And you who philosophize disgrace and criticize all fears, take the rag away from your face. Now's not the time for your tears. But Laquan and his mother still would not receive justice, because all 3 detectives had all been acquitted, for the judge had condoned the police code of silence, and the sentencing judge was bereft of all reason and gave Jason Van Dyke an 80-month sentence, even though this would taint even more than before the Chicagoans' trust in police and the judges, and make us believe that true justice is dying. And you who philosophize disgrace and criticize all fears, bury that rag most deep in your face. Now is the time for your tears.